Happy Friday, everybody. Oh, wait, it's not Friday. It's Thursday. Oh, my gosh. What day is it? Happy Wine and Chat on Thursday. Welcome, everybody. How's it going? We're getting closer, y'all. Last I checked, we were like 21 days away from So Magical, Florida. Anybody else excited / freaking out / just ready for it to be here? So we're going to do another Vendor+Teacher Spotlight this lovely Thursday night. I keep having to remind myself tomorrow's Friday, not today. And we're going to do it with Ray from Emporium Threads. So I'll bring her up here in a little bit. But while we're just hanging out for a second, what's everybody sipping on tonight? Okay, so there's going to be like what do they call it? The group that heckles you from the corner. That's going to be Becky tonight. Is this the Tupperware party? It might be. Why don't you stay and you'll find out. I bet you might be surprised by what you can find here. A quick note real quick. If I can't see your face or name and it just says Facebook user, that just means that where you're watching this, it's a long list of information. At the very bottom of it, it says streamyard.com/Facebook. Click that and you can give them permission so I can see your lovely face and name. If you don't want to do that, no worries. Just put your name at the end so I know who we are talking to tonight. Becky, you're in the right spot. There you go. Yes, Kathy is going to be super exciting. I'm so excited. Exciting, all the things. It's cold in Michigan, so hot chocolate with Bailey's. Oh, I wish it was cold. We got like a little cold snap here for like a good 5 days after the hurricane, and it's back to hot again. Oh, the Peanut Gallery. Thank you. That's what I was thinking of. Yes, it's the Peanut Gallery over there will be Becky tonight. Anybody wants to join her? Oh, Suzanne's going to join her in the Peanut Gallery. Okay, I'm here for it. Let's do it. Let's see. Hello, Cherish and Michelle. We've got the whole moderator squad here. But in this case, I bet it's going to be corn cobs and not peanuts. I like it. Okay, Michelle finally answered my question. She is drinking Sprite. Thank you, Michelle, for answering my question. Anybody else drinking anything? I've got rum and Diet Coke and a cup of water. Gotta have a little bit of both. Y'all can't ask Becky questions tonight because her wine and chat's next week. Tonight is Ray from Emporium Threads. So y'all gotta ask her all the questions, but I'm excited. Yes, thank you, Michelle. Cherish is drinking on the sweet tea. Kathy's got wine. Facebook user over here's got cherry limeade, adult cherry limeade, so cherry vodka. Cherry vodka sounds like cough syrup. Is it good though? I'm not a vodka fan, so I'll have to try it and determine. Coffee. Oh, you're another coffee drinker this late? Y'all are crazy. Water with Mio in it. That stuff's good. Yes, we're here to heckle Miss Ray. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, if she's ready, I'm going to go ahead and pull up Ray from it. Oh, she said, just kidding. Just keep rambling over here. She said, she said no. Okay, Krista says she's drinking Diet Dr. Pepper. Oh, okay, got it. Oh, it's Ray who has her cherry limeade vodka. Yeah, you're not supposed to be commenting. You're down in the comments. You're supposed to be on the thing with me. Yes, the Ray fan club. They all want to know where your face is at. So while we're waiting, this is Emporium Threads website. Cherish linked it down in the comments for Facebook folks. And then also you can join her group, which is Emporium Threaders. So when I tag Emporium Threaders, her company name is actually Emporium Threads. So just FYI. Give her to us. The fans want you, Ray. Are you good now? Okay. Y'all can't see this, but I have a little bubble down at the bottom with like a grayed out Ray. So I'm going to bring her up. Hey, Ray. We got you on. How's it going?
Good. I was trying to enter StreamYard and I haven't been on here in a while, so it was like you have to do the code and re-register and like do the whole thing. So I was like, wait, hold on, I'm in the middle of this. And anyway, I didn't know you were like ready.
Oh, no, I try not to ramble too much in the beginning.
Right. Yeah. Save that for the part when you bring me on. So then, we can.
You can ramble.
Forever. Never.
Everybody's saying, Ray!
Michelle.
There she is. Okay. So go ahead and tell us what is Emporium Threads. Give us the spiel.
Okay. I don't have a real spiel, but I can answer those questions. So Emporium Threads, it's had a kind of a, I don't know, like a mixed background, I guess. It was originally just me making bags and doing stuff. And I started creating tools for myself and bringing in hardware for myself when I create bags. And my husband was like, if you want it, then there's a chance that other bag makers want it too. And I was like, no, that's not a thing. And, sure enough, he was right. And I can say that because he's not here. So he was right, though. I kind of slowly started like, okay, maybe I'll just release some things to other bag maker friends. And then, maybe I'll open it to the public, I guess. And so that's how it started, specifically because I got really tired of, not being able to get things retail all the time, especially here in the US. I know that there are some Canada suppliers. And when I had started and when I was doing this in the beginning, there were not as many hardware options for just kind of your basic, clean looking, good quality hardware in lots of finishes. And even if there was, I couldn't get all of the pieces for one project from one place. So I'd have to like order something from here, order something from there, go to this, trusted place to order these zipper pulls and get a turn lock from over here. Mm-hmm. And when I did that, I would wait several days for everything to arrive because a lot of these companies are, larger and they take, 7 to 10 days, sometimes more to fulfill even just retail or it's pre-ordered. And then when it all arrived to me from all those separate locations, it didn't match. And that was really frustrating to me because, you're trying to make one classy looking bag. For instance, the one that I was doing at the time was a plain navy bag with gold hardware. And I wanted gold hardware that did not look like, corn colored. Yeah. All jokes aside, I didn't want really bright, brassy gold. I wanted a classy champagne color. And when everything came to me, finally, I spent like $35 on hardware and none of it matched. It was all like 4 different tones and the thickness of it did not match. So it looked really mismatched. And I had this custom order and I thought, I can't send this out. And it was a mad scramble and it was just really frustrating. So that's kind of what led into this. My husband was like, well, if you have this problem, other people probably have this problem too. So that's kind of where Emporium Threads came in with the hardware. And then obviously I create tools as well. And so those are just things that are born from, you're in the middle of making a bag and going, I wish this existed. Yeah. And I'm in a position where I can typically make it exist. So it's like, oh, let's make one of those. So that's kind of what we are, and who we are is me with the help of my husband occasionally. I'm the only person who does orders and all the product and stuff like that. He helps on the technical side. So he is my video editor for my video tutorials and, kind of helping out with all the cameras and all the equipment that we use. And he helps maintain that because I'm not a tech person.
How many of us are?
He's very behind the scenes. He will be at the expo. He is there's like 2 types of show spouses who love it and show spouses who like won't come with or don't like it at all. Yep. And he is the one who loves it. He really likes to, man the booth. That's his thing. So he'll be the cashier. He'll be there at all times when I'm teaching. And even when I'm there, he'll be there. So, and he knows enough now that he can answer pretty basic questions. So definitely don't be afraid to ask him stuff. I will hear all the stories later where he's going to be like, some lady asked me about this, or some guy was asking me about how to work this, and I don't know. And so that'll be fun. Ask him your questions. He edits my videos, so he should be learning.
He knows some things. Yeah, Dina said in your packer when you travel too.
Yep, those who know about that whole incident. So yeah, he was a good sport about it. We still joke about it, but actually that was born out of me having a couple of adult cherry limeades at a restaurant, which is how I discovered these. And so now I make them at home where I can not get into trouble.
That's the perk right there. Everybody's got such sweet comments to say about you. Aww. And Cory. And apparently Cory is the king of bloopers as well.
He is. He on the videos, kind of like the Marvel movies, if you guys watch that, from the beginning, I said we should put a blooper in there because I think, especially online these days in all facets, we as people have a tendency to forget that like mistakes happen. Everything is not Instagram pretty all the time. Everything's not perfect. And, I try to make my videos, we edit them, heavily because I want to get it to be succinct, but I want to keep the information in them. But that can have a tendency when it's heavily edited to make it look like I never break a needle or poke myself and bleed on my project or mess something up or whatever. I do, just like everybody else. We all do it. I don't care who you are, how professional you are. There are always things.
Yeah. That's my favorite part of doing So Magical commercials is the blooper reel, because I don't realize when you're filming, sometimes you don't realize the mannerisms that you're doing during it until you're editing. I'm like, why am I doing that? Why am I randomly just dancing like every 2 seconds? I don't know.
So this is one you guys will probably never hear or see. I do wear a microphone during the videos, obviously, because I'm moving away from the camera and the camera's often not close and the mics on cameras are not good anyway. So in order to get good audio, you wear a mic. Cory and I have this inside joke. He edits my videos, obviously, and he cuts out a lot of stuff, just dead space between clips. I talk very fast and I try not to, but I talk quickly. And so he constantly gets frustrated that he's like, when you shoot videos, you talk, sometimes you're fine. And then you talk so fast and you don't give me time to like chop things between words. One thing I do in addition to that is I breathe really heavily. So we make because he's like, what is wrong with you? You sound like you have asthma, like in these videos, because we have the sound cranked way up so we can hear it while he's editing. And he's like, I'm trying to cut between your words and then you take this gigantic breath. And so you're like, like sucking the air out of here. And so we make this joke. So if you hear him or I doing that, it's a throwback to that. We joke about it all the time because he's just like, I don't understand like what your thing is, but it's because I talk so fast. So I just, it's just how you are. And with a microphone, it makes it like, it's terrible. He says I sound like one of the Dementors from Harry Potter in the movies when they're like sucking the breath or whatever. So anyway, you'll probably never see that on a blooper, but he definitely cuts a lot of that out to keep it like, watchable. Like nobody's going to want to watch me gasping and, poking my fingers and bleeding on stuff. And you get like one blooper. And then every few videos, I let him do a montage. He wants to do a montage every time because I have so many bloopers, but I'm like, get one.
Just one.
Just one. Please don't. I can make myself look like a fool on my own, and I'll be teaching live at SME, no editing. So everybody that's in there will just get to, see all of my mess.
So let's skip to that. Let's skip questions. Let's move around here. Well, okay. So what classes are you teaching then?
I am teaching 2 classes actually, which, have mercy, people. I've taught, some one-on-one stuff, but I've never done a whole class. And, we're going to see how it goes. We're all going to learn together. And I think I'm sure it'll be totally fine, but, I'll be looking forward to those feedback surveys. Maybe I'm looking forward to them now. I might not later. So I actually grabbed one of these because I had it around. This is class 1, the pincushion Ottoman. Mm-hmm. So it's just a little tiny piece of desk furniture. It's very silly and fun. I bought all the supplies to make a giant Ottoman to put my feet on when I'm hand sewing, so I could like use my knee to prop up the project. That was, I think, 3 years ago. I have still not made the big Ottoman. The pile of materials is sitting in the corner.
Of course. Yep.
I decided as a prototype, instead of cutting out the huge pieces to make the math work, I made a miniature one. And my very first one had cardboard on the bottom and thumbtacks. And and I made this. And I went and showed Cory. I was like, look how cute it turned out. And he says, you should sell the kits and do them. And I'm like, no, nobody wants that. But, I brought them to SME last year and several people said, I want to take that class. Would you teach me how to make one? And I'm like,
yeah, exactly.
And that's, by the way, how you get classes, right? People suggest to you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Like, I don't know what people want until they like telling me, like, I don't know what's going to be popular. Don't ask me. I just do what people tell me to do.
I mean, I'm not shocked. I think they're very cute. I mean, who doesn't want, it has little tiny like turned legs and everything. Cory created that for me. He designed that to make it look like a real, you know, Ottoman, and you just pop your pins in it. And so you can make all kinds of fun little, you need tiny, tiny art. And, you know, mix it and match it and put cool stuff. So I'm really stoked for those class kits. Everybody, you know, signed up and picked a fabric. So I'm going to pick your coordinates to go with it, and then your fun base color and all of that. And yeah, we're like, they're going to be ready to sew when you get there. So we'll be doing that one, and then you'll get to take everything home with you to recreate it yourself if you want to make more. So that will be a really fun one. And the other class is edge coding. So that one's going to be not intense, but I have a lot planned for it. And edge coding is one of those things that's like painting art, right? Every artist paints a canvas different. So I'm going to show you my way of what I use and how I do it. And I'm going to literally send you home with a packet of tools. You get to leave with them, and recommendations for product, all the product we use in the class, where you can get that, how you can get it. And so you're going to leave with, you know, my methods that you can kind of mix and match what you like. And we're going to go through 2 methods in class actually that are similar, but, you know, different styles for different projects.
Right.
So that'll be fun.
That'll be a lot of fun. I know that was a really popular request as well. So that'll be.
Yes. I underestimated the amount of how quickly that would fill. Frankly, I underestimated how popular the pincushion ottoman would be too, because you know, I mean, you just never know what people, you know, want. I really didn't think anybody was going to want tiny desk furniture like me.
I mean, but it's adorable. We all like tiny little things that are pretty and so useful.
I mean, that's kind of how I felt about it. Plus, you can use your, you know, any fabric you want, custom fabrics or whatever, to like make something that suits your room. So for this go around, you know, you have 3 options for fabrics, but when you get home, it's really a very forgiving, beginner friendly, fun thing to do. And edge coding is really kind of subjective. You know, if you're like a messy baker, you're probably going to be messy in class. Bring like a, you know, a t-shirt, throw over an apron or something. If you're clean when you work, then you'll probably be clean when you know, do this too. It's a very subjective, you know, it's not art, but you know, it's up to you, right? Like how it's gonna go. So
exactly. Yeah, I did my first one on the Patreon call the other night. That was my first time playing with edge coding, and I was sitting there. I had no idea what I was doing. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep going until it looks right.
I mean, that's kind of my MO a little bit. Like I definitely do not claim, and I will reiterate this in class as I do on all of my videos, the way that I show anything I do is not like you must do it this way, you have to. It's just how I do it. Like, you can like it, you can not like it. Hopefully you do.
They're getting the basics and like know what supplies to kind of aim for, and you know, some like good basic techniques. Because once you learn the basics from one person, you can kind of put your own twist and spin on it. It's like anything with sewing and crafting. It's like, just learn one way and then you can figure out what works for you.
Correct. I kind of think in sewing, especially, there's like new school and old school. And I definitely believe in a lot of the old school techniques, but I didn't have anybody to teach those to me. I'm all self-taught, and I've learned off of, you know, lately YouTube. But when I first started YouTube, I think it was a thing, but I don't think we all kind of went to YouTube all the time like we do now. So I would go to quilting. That's how I started, was in quilting, because it was kind of the only accessible thing. Quilting shows, quilting classes, quilting circles, and quilt.
They don't have edge coding, and they don't have anything that's geared towards bag makers who are not sewing with quilt cottons. Yeah.
Well, I do, but not in that way. And then if you try to ask them about stuff, you know, like it depends. These days it's getting a lot better. But when I first started and I wanted to make a bag, they were like, oh no, you know, we don't do things like that. You can't go through that much bulk. You can't do that. And I'm like, you know, you can't sew on marine vinyl. It'll void your warranty. And I'm like, where is that written? And then I was afraid to use my domestic machine for the longest time, because it was like, I don't want to break it. And then I just said, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna do it. And I made bags on this for like almost a decade before I ever bought an industrial, and I still do. So you just have to kind of try and see what works for you. And even if someone tells you this works great. My motto is like, try it, but if it doesn't work, then you know, put your own spin on it. Like, figure out how to do it so it works for you.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
you know,
You gotta work your way through it.
Wing it.
Wing it till you make it. Let's fake it till you make it. But you know, I'm doing great with
turns of phrase.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So is there anything else you want to tell us?
This does not taste like cough syrup, but you have to get the right cherry vodka. This is Smirnoff cherry vodka, and there's also somebody said they're drinking Mio. There is cherry Mio in this. You put like a little squirt of that in there with lime seltzer water, fresh lime juice, the cherry vodka, and then the cherry Mio over ice. It's delicious. It tastes just like Sonic, but you know, with alcohol, and you can't even taste the alcohol. So
that's dangerous.
It is dangerous, which is
why your cup is a lot bigger than my cup.
Okay, but there was like the tiniest splash of vodka, but these days I'm a total cheap date. So like if you run into me, if I get one of those drinks from Wreckers at Gaylord, I'll have one, and they're little, and that's enough for me.
Cuba drink. You got to get the Cuba drink. What is it?
I
always say it wrong. It's like 50 miles to Cuba or something.
Yes.
Yep, something miles to Cuba. That one. That's the blue one. And I suggested it to like one person, and then everybody's like walking around with blue drinks. I'm like, this is great.
Yeah, because you told me about it, and I was like, okay, well, if you like it, because I don't want to taste. If I want to taste alcohol, I'll just drink whiskey or scotch on the rocks. Like I drink that regularly, but that I have to be in the mood. Otherwise, I don't want to taste it. I just want to have a good time. Like I'm not sipping. I'm, you know, like I want to have a party drink, a good time.
Yeah. Apparently, you're bartending at the So Magical Lounge. No,
I would. That was my former past life. Was bartending. So, and if we had one, I would do it. So if we ever do, I'll make some cocktails.
Deal.
I'll do it.
Okay. Do you want to talk about what you're bringing?
Oh my gosh, so much stuff. So I mean, lots.
That was a yes or a no. You're just like, yeah.
Well, because that's a really loaded question, right? I grabbed like a smattering of, you know, things that's not even close to enough, because we have a 30-foot booth this year. We had a 20-foot booth last year, and we packed it to the gills. Yeah. So this year I was like, I'm gonna need a bigger booth. And we've added a lot to the lineup since then. So I'm hoping we can fit all of it. I had a big plan to like re-theme the booth. But my struggle was I have a lot of new stuff, and I don't want to do all this theming, and then we can't fit everything, you know, all the new stuff. So I said, you know what, let's put the brakes on that. Let's focus on some other things, and we'll just stick with the theme of colors and stuff we have, and it'll be fine. And we'll, you know, kind of figure it out as we go. Like I said, we're going to wing it. But wing it has continued from last year. So we kind of know. So that being said, so much new stuff. Obviously, we still have the same hardware that we had last year. So we tend to stock the basics. Right. What I call beefy hardware. I really like to make big bags. I don't make a ton of small stuff. So when you have a, you know, big backpack, you know, like here's one of mine, which is a littler, you know, one, but it's big. And you need big hardware for stuff like this. So it's, you know, beefy, and it can hold the weight of big stuff. And so still bringing the beefy hardware. Obviously these are our style lobster claws in the 1 inch, and it's, you know, thick and heavy. And like our D-rings are really chunky. So, you know, scale and the size really kind of like fits each other. Big stuff. So we'll have all that, and we're bringing all 6 finishes. So we've got the champagne gold, rainbow, gunmetal, rose gold, antique gold, which is my favorite, and then silver. Right. And we've added some new stuff. So we've got new zipper pulls, which this is the antique gold. So we'll be bringing some of these guys.
Cute.
I'm excited about, in all 6 colors. And then we have our dangle zipper pulls, which are really large.
Those are my favorites.
Yeah, I love the dangle zipper pulls. They look really good on everything. I'm also
looking for a lot of bags lately.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Zipper pulls. When I first started making bags, I was like, I don't, you know, whatever. And then I got kind of like crazy into zipper pulls, which is going to bring me to one of my other things that we'll be bringing in a bit here, because I went zipper pull crazy at one point and bought so many zipper pulls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to get through them in one lifetime. Even putting a whole bunch of them for sale, I will still not get through them. So, but I'm a sucker for zipper pulls. So Kathy from Said got me last year with her zipper pulls, and I guarantee you it will happen again this year, because she has great zipper pulls and a good variety. And I loved stuffing that little bag, like just the challenge. I didn't need any of those zipper pulls, and I don't care. Like, I'm going to do it again this year. So
it's so fun.
Yeah. Well,
it's so fun.
You forget, like, even what, you get your favorites at first, but then you're like, oh, this is a skinny one, I could cram it in there. Oh, this like flat one, it'll fit over there. And then when you get home, you're like, do I have a zipper pull for this? Yes, I do, because I got it at Kathy. I had such random but like cool things. I was like, I got a bear zipper pull from her. I need that. I got a wine bottle. I need that. So that I'm like, hey, I'm going to leave that up to those guys. These guys have been a favorite, and we're bringing these in all 6 colors. They're the wristlet clamps, which if you're taking the edge coat class, we'll be making a wristlet as one of our projects. You'll be getting some of these or one of these on your project. Perfect. And then a new thing that we're adding, which these are a favorite of mine. I love these. They are strap anchors, big old strap anchors, because I like, and I like big, obviously, but I'm also kind of lazy. But I'm not so lazy that I want my project to like look lazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to like sew on all the connector stuff. No, you finish your bag for the most part and get to the point before you do the lining and pop these guys on, and then you just rivet your strap on later, and it looks so good. So I'm excited. We have these in all 6 colors, sold in packs of 4.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm super stoked for those, and lots of other hardware that's coming with us. I think I will have a total of, don't quote me on this, I think it's 18 or 20 pieces of total hardware in 6 different color tones each. I also have Mickey rivets, which are coming, and I have regular rivets as well. And then, all kinds of fun stuff. I saw Lillian just said I can see that comment there. She said she loves the strap anchors and she wants to learn how to use them in person. I am doing stage demos. So there's like hardware 101, and that's literally what we're going to talk about. I'm going to bring all the stuff up there. And then if you're like, I want to learn how to use that, or I want to do that. Last year, it was literally me demoing how to make an adjustable strap. Yeah. Because people didn't know how to work a tri-glide, which is reasonable. Like, you don't know.
I mean, I always have to look it up when I have to do it. I don't do it often enough.
I do it often enough, but like when you tie a tie and you have to put it on somebody else and you like tie it or put it on a doorknob and you tie it, I kind of developed a method like that where I put it like around my neck and like do a whole thing. And I do that every time. And then I know I like didn't screw it up, but I've been doing that for years and I will never not do that. And it's just funny because you do it, but
it's the last memory.
Yeah. And the last thing you want to do is finish it and get it all done. And then like go to put it on and it's all like twisted or messed up. And you're like, dang it, I sewed it in place. So yeah, double check, double, triple check.
Yeah.
So
Brenda asked, is your rainbow hardware anodized or painted?
It is not painted. It is anodized. So all of it you can see like kind of on the inside. The lighting's not real great over here. Let me see if I can kind of maybe fix that. I think that made it worse. You can see on the inside where the like point right in there.
Oh yeah.
Where they actually did the plating. So it's anodized is actually not the correct term for this. It's an electromagnetic like plating that they do, but it's in the finish and it's not like paint. It's not going to chip off like paint. You can kind of see where this has been rolling around on the bar. It doesn't chip. If you gouged it really, really, really deeply, like you'd have to take like a key to it, like you were keying a car hard.
Yeah.
You could maybe get some of the finish off, but it's not going to flake like paint. I actually really like painted hardware, but one of my kind of unofficial mottos is if I wouldn't use it, I don't sell it.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with painted hardware. I do own some of it from other places and I will use it at a customer request, but I always tell them like it might chip. So I don't carry that. I basically feel like if I can't sort of warranty it against like normal, if it doesn't feel like it's good quality, the best quality, I just won't carry it. Right. So that's why my stock is more limited a little bit.
Yeah. Michelle wants to know, do you have to use a special like die for your Mickey rivets?
No. So you can set them with a hammer and anvil, like the metal cup, and then just the peg. You can set them that way. I actually like to set them with my, I think I really have it handy here, my cam press. There's a die that they actually offer for this, and you can use an arbor press as well. That's just the two flat plates that squish. And I just put a piece of like felt or, you know, foam, whatever scrap material for protection. And I just use the hard, like two flat plates is what I use.
I think I've seen somebody do it on YouTube as well, like where they talked about how they use the flat like dies on their cam press for it as well and just cushioned it.
Yeah, you can also use the cup dies, but you need a big like 15 or like 14 millimeter cup, like so that it's the large for like plastic snaps. I don't have that attachment for mine. If you set plastic snaps, the big like plastic snap tab snaps,
yeah,
with your press, if you have one of those, you can use that die. But I don't have that one. I have the 8 millimeter and the 10 millimeter, and you need more like a 14, like
bigger
millimeter. Yeah. So I can show the Mickeys. I have to like the one you would pick the one thing that I didn't have over here, wouldn't you?
Like right next to you. Yeah.
The one
whoever asked, like a key fob die, correct. Yeah. So if you use the key fob die, a couple people have shown that you can do it with those.
I don't know. Let me push my chair. I have my press right here, so let me see what's on here.
And yes, Michelle, it is motivation to get some flat plates for your cam press. We need to get some as well for our suite of cam presses.
There we go. Let me like dig out all my stuff here. So what I use is these. They look like this. But if you're using the arbor press from Harbor Freight, it just kind of comes with flat plates like this.
Okay.
So you can, that's what I use. Top and bottom like that.
Michelle says she has a handheld for her key fob, but not for her cam press.
It
definitely work, but it might be inconsistent.
Let me see. I have this this is for plastic snaps. I've never tried this. Let me even see if it will fit in there. I mean, it will fit, but height is an issue, which is why I moved away from one of these. If you have the professional version of this where it's like bigger, you can probably fit it. But the issue is the height on this, like it doesn't, because it's so close.
Yeah.
So but this is from Walmart. This one for like the baby doll ones. So okay, so she wanted to see these. I just grabbed a rainbow one. That's
cute.
That's the rainbow one.
Yeah.
So they're pretty big compared to the size of rivet, you know, that I normally carry. This in the middle here is like a 10 millimeter. Mm-hmm. And so total it's like 13 millimeters. It's pretty big.
I feel like for bags and straps and stuff, a bigger one is always not, in my opinion. I like a nice bigger rivet.
I think it, you know, I think it depends on the project. These are definitely more of a, sorry, the camera's probably going to shake while I get up here.
Statement.
Yeah, they are more decorative. I would not use them to hold on a strap personally. I would, like, if you were just riveting, I wouldn't use them for weight bearing. Not because there's anything like wrong with them, but they do stick off a little bit in order to get the head. Do you see kind of the post there? They have a long post. Mm-hmm. What I would do with these and what I plan to do is like if I love quilting bags with foam. Mm-hmm. And at the intersections of the quilting, I would totally poke these through and put them through the foam. And I think they would look amazing. Like that's what I would do with them. Or decorative on a strap. If you've already sewn the strap and you just kind of put a rivet through there on like a handle or something, mm-hmm. I would do that with it.
Yeah.
Just because the caps on the back are kind of small. So you could swap them for a larger cap if you wanted to, but this is what they come with is a little cap. So anyway, nice. I have those in all 6 colors.
All the colors.
All the colors. And then, like I said, we have a ton of stuff. So this one I'm really excited about. This is debuting at SME. I haven't really shown it to anybody yet.
Somebody did ask earlier if you could have anything exclusive. So this is just debuting, not exclusive though. Yes.
I don't know yet. They are only coming to SME and they might not come back until SME Texas.
Oh.
So they might kind of stay show exclusive. I'm not really sure about that yet.
Okay.
I'm excited. So I have these in a whole bunch of colors. I have been testing them myself. So I don't know, who deals with this or doesn't, especially if you have an industrial machine, but this is also great for a domestic. It's good for both.
Okay.
But my industrial machine has a very small, it's about that big on the right-hand side to hold bobbins.
Yeah.
It holds 5 bobbins, and it's back where I can't see it, and it's just kind of stupid. So I was like, one of those things, I wanted something better, so I made something better.
Love the
these
colors.
hold a bunch of bobbins,
yeah.
And they have a tray on the front that's rounded, and you can put a tool in that to keep like your little station of stuff. So I just kind of loosely grabbed this one to like show a little bit of it. So I have my seam ripper stiletto on here, and it holds that and keeps it from like rolling away. Obviously I'm holding it so it's crooked and I'm trying not to drop it, but you can see like all the, I'm trying not to like drop these everywhere. I just stuck a bunch of bobbins in it.
Yeah.
Big enough for industrial bobbins. It holds, how many does this hold?
A lot.
8 times 4. I am not a math person. 8 times 4, whatever that is. That's what it holds. And then this actually will fit a seam roller as well, depending on the size. But I tried the one from Hannah Woodworking, which is where this stiletto seam ripper's from. And then I also tried a couple of other smaller tools, or your screwdriver. It fits here too for like changing your needle or your foot. So I just wanted something compact and handy, and then you can put it away and it just keeps all your stuff neat and tidy. So those I'm very excited about.
I love those colors.
Those black and orange.
Oh, I mean, I like those too, but I like the teal one.
Guys, and then my special edition one for all of my little corn cob friends out there.
Oh my gosh, yes, it's a corn cob one.
It looks like corn. It was kind of a happy accident, but now it's sort of my favorite thing ever. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it totally looks like corn. Like,
would you do like a green base with like a brownish yellow
color? It's supposed to be rainbow, right? But it cut off before the rainbow ever switched. It was supposed to kind of look more like this. Like an ombre, but it totally stopped, and it's perfect, and it looks like corn. And so of course when I went in and I saw it, I had that dumb song playing in my head. I looked at it and I went, it's corn. So beautiful. I will have some corny holders, and then the other colors, we have kind of a gray, white, and a light pink.
Becky says she doesn't sew, but she needs that. We can find some reason why you need it for your wood workshop area.
It's literally corn. Yeah, I know. Becky, you've got to have some kind of little tool that like goes in here, and then you can put a seam ripper or something.
Yeah, what happens on Patreon stays on Patreon.
Well, kind of, sort of.
I mean, everybody knows about the corn stuff now, though. But
it looks exactly like corn, and it was too perfect. And I was like, okay, I gotta bring that on there. So that's one of the things that for now it's going to remain exclusive. And then another thing we did last year, which they are not on my website, they won't be on my website, are the zipper jigs that everybody loves. So I have lots of colors. I just grabbed a few. I've got this kind of like blue teal. This is the it's kind of fall colors, ombre.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And then I've got a light pink, but I also have dark pink, purple, black, lots of colors. So those were really popular last year. They will be back. Fun. Of course, the Zippa templates, which I can never keep in stock. I will be bringing these in 2 colors and 2 sizes, number 3 and number 5.
Number 3, number 5.
So I'll have about 60 total. I'm hoping that's going to be enough. I'm going to try to get as many made as I can before then, but I sold out last year. I will probably sell out this year. So my suggestion is, we're bringing a lot, but we brought a lot last year and we sold out pretty much like midday by Saturday. We had kind of slim stuff. So obviously go where you're going to go, do your classes, but I would make time, to get in there.
Yeah.
Lillian, that's a good question. I don't have a 3-zipper.
I mean, it should. It should. Technically big enough to hold a 5. So
yeah, because the way that it goes, the little, it goes that way.
Yeah.
So as long the head, it has plenty of room there. I will double check and get back to you on that. I don't carry 3s. but I probably have one in my stash I can try it on. So, and then obviously other tools, like this is the decorative rivet templates, which are a favorite if you're doing like a backpack or a strap where you have a whole bunch in a row. If you get off, you can tell, like, and that's a huge bummer. So I have 3 different spacings of templates, and you can just line it up on your project and keep like kind of going down. And then we also have other small tools and templates. My favorite, the bag foot template, which has all different spacings on it. So we'll have all of those in lots of colors and all kinds of stuff. And there will be more things, but can't show it all on one thing.
That means they have to come shop and like explore the booth and see all the things.
Yes. And in that vein, you asked me about this earlier about, the zipper pulls. So last year, a big thing that we did was the mystery packs of zipper pulls. We are doing those again. So it's a little brown, non-see-through thing, and it's got 3 zipper pulls in it. All 3 are completely different finishes, different characters. Some of them are, generic shaped, not characters. Some of them are Disney. Some of them are kind of wizard magic. Others of them are like mermaids or just kind of, not really specific.
Yeah.
And you buy a little pack and you get what you get. You can kind of swap with your friends. I know there were a lot of people buying multiples last year and then swapping. So, and they are, well priced to kind of do that. So, yes, Suzanne, I will have clear bag spacers. They are so clear, they tend to disappear.
Every time I talk to Suzanne, she goes, I lost my clear spacer again. And I'm like, you really need to have like a dedicated space for that.
I have a dedicated space, and I find the bag that they're in is also clear. Like, sorry, but that's kind of all I have. But like put some painter's tape or something on that, so you can see it. That's what I did. And then I keep them in a specific spot. So it's like they're right by my camera, right where I take pictures.
Same place.
So yeah, they're there. And then last year we did the duck pull. I haven't decided if I want to do the duck pull this year again. It was fun, but it was kind of a pain. They didn't want to like stay upright.
They didn't let it float upright.
Well, so it kind of defeats the purpose if they all keep turning over, because we put a discount dot on the bottom of each one, and you pull a duck, a So Magical ducky, and then you may or may not get a discount. Like, it's fun, to do those kinds of things. But
they were drunk duckies.
Yeah, they kept falling over, and then I was like, wait, hold on, you can't pull it yet. So I'd have to like mix them up, and then they fell over, and so it's like, well, that's not fun. So I might just put them on like, I don't know, a blue board or something, pretend it's water. And last thing that we kind of did last year, and we are doing this year, which I kind of made a little bit of a last minute pivot, but have this box sitting behind me here because one of the things, we do a little mini raffle in our booth every time. So for every $10 you spend, you get a ticket. The drawings are done each day. So if you come on Saturday, that's your one day. If you're there all weekend, you can make a purchase every day and try to enter for whatever the thing is. So one of the days, I'm not disclosing which days, I am giving away this brand new in the box Viking Jade machine. It is just a sewing machine, but it's great for bag making. So for every $10 you spend in the booth, you get a ticket, and we're going to draw at the end of the day for that. And then we have 2 other drawings. I was originally going to do 2 sewing machines. I have decided to save one of those sewing machines for Texas. So we're definitely going to have one of those at the booth in Texas. And so I realized that might not appeal to everyone. So we're also going to be giving away one of these guys.
Wow.
It's one of the rolling trolleys. So one of the days we'll be doing that. It's, one of the very specific like travel ones, and it's got a bunch of storage in it. It's super, super fun. So we're going to do that one of the days. And then instead of a second sewing machine, we are going to give away a camp press. That's what we decided on. So something for everybody. Like, the sewing machine may not appeal to you if you already have a great bag making machine. This might not appeal to you if you don't travel, but a cam press, it's kind of something for everyone. So you can make purchases the whole weekend through and enter to win. And,
that's a lot of great goodies.
Yes. Fun stuff, fun things, fun classes, lots of social interaction. I'm very excited.
Oh yeah, and they have to make sure when they stop by that they get their vendor scavenger hunt stamp so that they can mark that they came and saw you too. But
okay, so it's stamps for vendor scavenger hunt. I have not
yeah.
been like head down packing hardware, doing all the things. I haven't like super
Stamps or stickers. I got one more week to decide. I got one more week.
cutting it down to the wire. Me
Oh
too.
yes.
All right.
Aren't we all?
Yes, I'm trying not to, but you always want to. I love how fun So Magical is. I love the returning people. I love the newbies, like everybody coming together, and I just want to cram as much into. You know what I mean? Like
into like 3 days that you can. I know.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, I have one more week, I could do this. Like, oh, I have another week, I could do that. So, I'm having, it's a bit of a struggle because it's like, okay, no more new things, just focus on this and do more of that or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am very excited to be coming back. I'm excited to teach. Obviously, lots of returning people that I'm excited to see, and the new people as well. I'm excited to go back to Disney. Always.
It's right around the corner.
Oh yeah. And I've said this to plenty of people on the page too, but my husband and I, like, we're, we don't have anything against kids, but we're kidless. So like we go over to Disney to grab drinks, grab dinner, whatever. Like if you're solo and you're looking for somebody to go with, like you can absolutely go with us. We drive over there. So we have a car. We're Disney regulars. So we know all the, stuff. And so, yeah, like come hang out with us. We're more than happy to hang out, like we're there to make friends and be social.
I know there's a few people that were looking too, so I wouldn't be surprised if somebody takes you up on it.
Hey man, like come on over to the booth. Obviously he's trapped there all day. I'll be in and out because I'll either be teaching stage demos, which don't forget about the stage demos. I don't know how much you talked about that, but I think most of the vendors and teachers are doing a stage demo, which are they're like quick, they're open seating, so you don't have to like reserve a spot. You just wander up. If whatever they're talking about interests you, then you do that. Last year I had like a plan, and then people were like, we got done really early and they just started asking me questions, so literally turned into like bag hardware Q&A. And I'm happy to just oh, you want to see how that works? Okay, sure, yeah, like it's this or whatever.
It's super fun. I love all the presentation and demo ideas. They're going to be highlighted on its own page in the program too. So, and it's on the schedule page. And yeah, there's lots of great stuff. Yeah, Cherish even dropped that link for y'all if you want to click to see what that schedule looks like. But lots of really good stuff all going on. So if you're not in a class, you can head over there.
There's kind of no reason to have downtime at SME. I mean, try your best to have some, but like you probably won't. My one downtime last year, I ended up talking to like Melanie for a while, Melanie from Zarel. And you get caught up like chatting and talking. And then I met Just from Oakler Roots during one of my like little downtime things. Kasaya came by the booth, and she did interview stuff. And so like there's always something, unless you sneak off to your room, and even then somebody will probably come find you.
that's very true, trust me.
Somebody will be like, hey, what are you doing? Are you sewing with me?
Hello. Oh, Melanie's on here. She said hi.
Yeah, we ended up being, I don't know, for like a while last year and getting to know each other. And I've been a customer of hers for a long time, still am. And
I love how all our vendors get along so well, and I love it so much. So you're in Vendor Hall 1, so that means you'll be there all 3 days.
Yes.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so you can come find Ray at any time. She'll be around.
I would say I will be there, but I am teaching 2 of the days, and then I've got 2 stage demos. Cory will always be there. You are more than welcome to go and bother him. And not really bother him, but he's trapped there. He can't leave. So, but I will be, in and out. And obviously when I'm not teaching or doing demos, I'll be in the booth, or I will be across the way in the Hannah Woodworking booth harassing her and Cassie, or I will be harassing my rear neighbor, Shanna from Glitterbug Fairy. Very purposeful, strategic. I need to be within throwing distance. Them.
It's good stuff. Well,
that's going to be the shenanigans corner. I mean, I'm sure there will be lots of that going on, but I guarantee you, if you're just looking to be entertained, you can hop on over to that corner, and there's probably something that's going to be going on.
So. I don't know. I'm placing bets with a couple people where all the troublemakers are going to be, because it's very interesting where
everybody's troublemakers will not be in our corner. I know
what
that.
Is shenanigans then? Shenanigans are troublemakers, in my opinion.
Oh, no. It's fine. We'll be fine. But
yeah, Becky's right across from her.
Heard that I have the best neighbor. I do have the best neighbor. I'm sharing a wall with Shanna, and we love Shanna. I don't know about the across the aisle neighbor. I mean,
I didn't say who I was betting on. I just said we're placing bets here.
We also didn't say she was betting against the corner. She just said there were bets placed. So that's technically pro our corner if we get elected the most troublemakers. But that's not going to happen, because that's just, we're not troublemakers. I did tell Becky I was going to fill her booth with corn, and I probably will.
Corn. I know. I want to see how many corn-related items end up in Becky's booth by the end of So Magical.
I mean, you've got candy corn, regular corn, canned corn, corn
decorated items,
real corn, things. Oh, yeah. There's also corn like puffs. I mean, there's lots. Most of them, obviously, it's corn. It's food related. But
corn nuggets. Corn nuggets. Oh yeah.
I should bring beaver nuggets from
Beckys. They have chocolate covered beaver nuggets.
They do.
The best.
I've
good.
Never.
Trust me, they're in a lot smaller bag for a reason. It is.
Yeah, because you'll eat the whole thing. If you get the big bag, you eat the whole thing. So you can't have a big bag of the chocolate covered ones. I will be picking some of those, both types up, because I don't think. Well, Florida has Beckys now, right?
Yes, we have several. Yeah.
Okay. And then I think they finally got one in some in Louisiana, but I think there's kind of still a dead spot outside of, I don't know that Becky or Cassie have ever had that, because they don't have that in Iowa. But beaver nuggets are puffed corn covered in sugary deliciousness.
They can get it throughout Georgia as well.
I didn't know that.
Along at 75.
Well, we will have beaver nuggets because they are both good for munching and throwing. Play the peanut toss game.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. In Lillian, it's Beckys BUCCEE or BUCEE?
BUCEE.
CEE?
Because it's Buck-Ease. BUC, and there's a little dash thing, or
there's no K. There's no K or Y. Just heads up when you try to Google it. Yeah.
Bucky.
It's a gas station on crack.
Is a beaver with a little red hat, and the things we were talking about are beaver nuggets, but they literally have barbecue, it's not a gas station. They have gas, but it's when people are like, oh, you're eating barbecue from a gas station. It's not a gas station. Yeah. It's
it's a restaurant that just happens to have gas station. Yeah.
They have fudge. They have a whole section of home goods stuff. I always buy super cute things when I'm there, like kitchenwares. And they have cute clothing. It's huge. They have 75 gas pumps and 50 bathroom stalls in the men's and the women's. It's huge.
Nuts.
So yeah, we love Beckys.
Yeah, and they've got 1 million bathrooms too. Yes, that are very clean.
They even each bathroom stall, even before the pandemic, always had it's like a little room per person. And it has its own hand sanitizer in the thing before you leave the bathroom. So you're not touching the grody knob of the little, stall and then going out. It's crazy clean.
It's so nice.
That. Yes. Road trippers. Becky.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So did you have anything else that you want to share with us before I head on to some other announcements?
Oh my God, no.
I
think that was enough. Sorry, not sorry. We tend to fill the.
We always go over. It's fine.
You didn't even say a time limit. I would have set a timer and still gone past it anyway. But
there's never a timer. It's just I always say talk as much as you want. We're here for it. Everybody's enjoying their time. If not, the numbers would have plummeted. They didn't. You're good. I'm watching. Good.
I can't see the numbers, so I'm like, it's probably, it's fine. It's fine, whatever. But
we got like 2 people on.
hopefully everybody is excited to see us. We are excited to see everybody, and we'll have a ton of stuff. We are definitely going to pack out that 30-foot booth for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So,
it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. It's what 21 days. I don't know. Judy gives me
21 days.
countdown every day, pretty much.
Day.
Terrifying me, like, oh hey, by the way, if you weren't ready yesterday and you're not ready today, it's closer. So 20 something days.
Oh yeah, it's 21 days. She's nuts.
Yay.
Well, I appreciate it, and we'll see you here real soon.
We will see you very soon.
Bye, Ray. All right, y'all, stay on here. I got a big announcement that I was planning on making here on this wine and chat. So if you want to hang out and hear about it, I'll be here. Yes, Suzanne is correct. This is a preview of our Patreon calls. It really is just everybody hanging out and chatting and having fun together. And yes, Judy is ridiculous with her countdowns. I'm like, if you send this to me one more time, woman. Goodness, I apologize for my text messages. All the packages are starting to show up here, y'all. So real quick, I did want to say that if you didn't know, we do have a Teacher Spotlight blog up on our website. I will show you all where that's at real quick. It's really nifty. If you go onto here, let's see. I'll share my screen. If you go onto the website here under blog, we now have 3 teacher spotlights. Here's a little intro article. It's really nifty. And then you could come on here and you can check out one about Nicole, who is Sonar, if you've ever heard of her. And she is one of our teachers and vendors this year as well. So there's a really nifty little article on her. And then you've got one on Sew Your Bag and Off the Wall Quilt. So highly suggest y'all check that out, see what it's about, but it's really fun. And I did just want to show y'all as well. If you go under About Us, there's a calendar section. If you go on the calendar section, there's little highlights. So like wine and chat, we weren't that great about putting previous wine and chats, but we put Ray's on here. And then as you can see, the next wine and chat, the last one before So Magical Florida is actually going to be Becky Hannah from Hannah Woodworking. I think we might change the title of this to not be Wine and Chat. I think it might be Wine and Moan per Becky's request. So we'll tweak the title when we actually officially put that up on Facebook and YouTube. But I don't know if y'all have anybody that stalks this. I know the handful of people that stalk this on like a daily basis. There's a new thing on here. Next Saturday, we're going to drop Florida tickets for 2023. And I'll share with y'all why we're dropping it. The comments are delayed and I'm just not getting all the whine and moan comments. Yes, whine and moan like this. Like there. It's backwards. Yeah, and so all the heckles that Becky gave poor Ray today, we're gonna have she's gonna give it back to her, so it'll be great. Yeah, it might be the connection. That might be an issue. Oh gosh, we weren't trying to go for that. We're going like whining, like boohoo whining, because we're right before Halloween. That's why y'all are terrible. Get your minds out of the gutter. It really isn't Damien. I can't tell who it is on here. Freaking dork. Anyway, so we're gonna drop Florida tickets. Y'all want to know the dates for Florida 2023? If not, I can drop it later at a different time. It's not a big deal. It is the Scoops episode. It will be the Scoops episode, and everything with Scoops somehow gets turned into something not always appropriate. And this is why what happens in Patreon stays in Patreon. And anybody that wants to know why Patreon is never recorded, that is why. Give me now so I can ask my boss for the time off. I know. It's me. I'm the boss. Tammy. Or is it wine and wine? Oh gosh. Now, Becky, you it wouldn't be fun if you were on your best behavior. Okay. Okay. So I guess y'all do want to know. Okay. I was a little worried. So before I tell y'all about Florida 2023, I do want to tell you next week, we're also going to drop the dates for So Magical at Sea #2, #2. And that will come out. It is going to be in 2023. So we're going to have 2 cruises in 2023, per the popular demand of the first one selling out in, I don't know, it was really fast. So we're going to bring on another one. We're officially signed and ready to go, and I can announce those. The signups for it probably won't occur until after Florida 22 So Magical Expo. So it gives you all some time to plan it out, figure out if you can make it or not. But Florida 2023 tickets will drop starting next Friday. And if y'all don't know, Patreon gets first dibs on those tickets. So just FYI. But I had to throw that in there real quick before we move on to Florida 23. There will be 2 cruises. It will be on the Mariner of the Seas. We're going to Cozumel, Mexico, and we're going to Perfect Day at Coco Cay, their private island. 2 days at sea, so it's 5 nights, lots of fun, sewing classes, crafting classes, so much good stuff going on. So those who didn't get on the first cruise, there will be opportunity for the second one. Okay, ready? Okay, Florida 2023 will be September. We took it back to it's year 5 next year. We figured let's take it back and be like we were in year 1, where we're going to be in September timeframe. So September 22nd through the 24th, 2023 will be Florida. It will be at Gaylord Palms again. We will be in the convention center. Now I know whenever Damien's commenting because he's, everybody's calling him out. I love it. So we are not in October or November for next year. We are going to be end of September. We will be right at the tail end of that. Gaylord Palms. We will be in the convention center. We will be solely in the exhibit hall. So current plan is only 1 vendor hall, quite a few classrooms, and just so much built into it. So, and we got a bigger room block for next year, bigger than what we got for this year, I promise. So the tickets will be dropping next Saturday. Starting next Saturday will be the first round. That'll be the top 2 tiers of Patreon at 5 p.m. Eastern time. There's actually going to be a post dropping on Facebook here in 1 hour at 9 o'clock. And then on Sunday, there's going to be the next 2 tiers of Patreon will be allowed to purchase tickets. And then on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it will open to the general public. And when the post drops, there will be a link to Patreon. You can go through. It explains that getting in Patreon doesn't guarantee your tickets. It just guarantees you the ability to get certain tickets. You get a discount depending on what tier you're in Patreon on your tickets. There are rules and stipulations. You have to, once you sign on and you get the perk of getting early signups in the discount, you will have to be on Patreon for X amount of months. So just read through all that. That's why we give you at least a week and a half before we get there so you can understand all that. Please go and review when this post drops. It's going to also in the first comment have the what each ticket includes, and I'm going to share it here. So if y'all have questions, we can talk about it now, and then you can share it with your friends later. Sorry, I'm just sharing it as a photo right now. So if you look here, here's the different ticket types. Yeah, you can see everything here. I want to caveat the notes at the bottom. Please read it. So the welcome bags vary based on ticket type. So everybody gets a welcome bag, but what kind of welcome bag and how much is in it and the value of what goes in those bags is based on the ticket type. So VIP Plus and VIP get the same bag. All weekend and 1 day pass. Sometimes they get the same, sometimes they're different. It depends on what gets sponsored and donated. And then there's the no class passes, which get the tiny bags. For 2023, and this goes for Texas, Tennessee, and Florida, all 2023, the no class pass did change. If you look, there's only 4 X's on there and not 6. So just keep that in mind. Review this. Any of the tickets where it says you get access to all classes, there's caveat. Class seats are availability is limited, and you're not guaranteed a seat to every class. And you're only allowed to attend classes on your ticket day. So if you get a 1 day pass and you try to take it's on Saturday, you can't take a class on Sunday. You have to buy a ticket for Sunday. Just keep those things in mind. I cannot guarantee that you will get into every class as we get bigger and we have such amazing teachers and such amazing classes. There's no guarantee that we can get you into everything or that we can get you into more than one class. These tickets just allow you the ability to get into the classes. So just please keep that in mind. So this is all the breakdown across all of 2023. These are the prices. It is the same for Texas, Tennessee, and Florida. Try to make it easy on y'all, no matter what show you're going to. What is one free fashion show entry? It should say fashion show. I apologize for that typo. You get to participate into the fashion show at no cost because the fashion show is prize related. We do have some really good goodies and gift cards and different prizes that are given to the winners in different categories of the fashion show, and then the overall winner. I would say last year was pretty amazing. This year is going to be really good. So how do I become Patreon? When that post drops later today, you'll go and check that out. But Cherish also dropped the link here. You can go to this link and it will show you our different tier types and things like that. So click that, review it, see if it's for you or not. Glitterbug Fiery loves the dates. Yes, we love giving the dates. We're very excited for next year. We're super excited for this year. We're even more excited for next year. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and we're just stoked. Are the dates for SMAS 2 going to come out the same time or before Florida drops? I can tell you for a fact, I'll never plan 2 events on top of each other because that's impossible for me to, manage both of them. But it will drop about mid to late next week, so it will be before tickets drop. So they will the dates will be available. So if you're trying to choose between the 2, which one you wanted to do, you'll have that information. You can pick from there. I'm not prepared. This is a great question. Do Patreon members get early access to SMAS sign up as too? Because of the limited availability of SMAS, so Magical at Sea, for those who don't know the acronym, we do not have early access for Patreon members to SMAS. It's just, it's limited compared to an expo where we have quite a few tickets available. That we limit those, and you can only fit so much on a boat in their classrooms. So Patreon members do not get early access to SMAS or any similar events that we may do in the future, retreats and things like that. These are all great questions. Keep them coming. I'm here for them tonight. So yeah, so SMAS dates 2 will come out mid to late next week, with signups coming after SewMagicalExpo Florida 22. So mid-November timeframe. And then tickets drop for Florida here next weekend. So keep an eye out on those. And again, you all got questions, please drop them. I'm here to answer them for you. So that everybody's aware, this is also on the calendar. So I kind of try to keep everything on there to keep y'all in line of what's coming up and what's going on. And the swag shop is going to close on Sunday night, this coming Sunday night, and it won't reopen until after Florida. SME. That's because we do bring the swag shop with us to So Magical. So if you don't get your swag and ordered before the 16th, you can get it during So Magical Expo. It's a live swag booth. You can pick out what you want still. You can pick out one of the designs. You can get a Spirit jersey. We got joggers. We got hoodies. I do have a limited supply of t-shirts, vinyls, fabric, duckies. So many duckies. Please buy all my duckies. We need room for all the other new ducky colors coming in. I'm very excited. Yes, we are doing another So Magical at Sea, and that will be announced next week. We're announcing the dates for that next week. But we did just announce the dates for 22 Florida, or 23 Florida. Here, I'll pop that up real quick. Do we need to sign up for the D-Stash/trade, and what other info on it do you have available? D-Stash/trade. Okay, so to me, those are two different things. We have the D-Stash bash room. I believe somebody posted about this earlier today, and there was a video posted. Caveat, that video is old, and I do need to do a new one. I'm hoping to get it done before Florida. We'll see. The only thing that's incorrect in that video is we no longer allow points to be traded in for tickets. But D-Stash bash room, you can bring your D-Stash items and you bring them into a So Magical employee or volunteer, and we give you points for whatever you bring in, and then you can shop the D-Stash with those points. So that is the only D-Stash item situation that we have. Any sort of trades, we have meetups and exchanges. Those you can find under the on the website. I'll show you real quick. So if you go on the website and you go to Florida, and then you go to, here you go, meetups and exchanges. I don't know. Suzanne's on here still, I think. But Suzanne, I don't remember what date you said you wanted to cut this off at. I think it was this week, right? But you can go on here and see the different meetups and exchanges and situations like that. And you can sign up for those here. And then you get put into work on those. I think the only ones that are potentially cut off at this point are the wizard sorting is on a wait list, Hogwarts house sorting, and I think the Oka Roots one might be like full. I think that's about it. But you can go on there for any of the exchanges. Is Zeus coming to SME? If Damien and Miss Becky had their way, Zeus would be with us. I would love to get him to come with us. He is a gentle giant, and he just wants to hang out with Miss Becky in the swag booth. So it may not be this year. It might be next year. But he's a big sweetheart. I would love for him to come. I think everybody would love seeing Zeus. Although I know some folks are afraid of the big dogs, but even then, he just wants, when he's around a lot of people, he's so calm, and he's just like taking it all in. It's a lot. Sorry, walked away from the computer. Swag. Will you have purchase online and pickups at SME? We are not this year going to do purchase online and pick up at So Magical for swag. We are just going to have the swag booth there at So Magical, and you can if you don't get it ordered now and shipped to you, then you will just have to purchase it at the booth and get it there. Okay, thank you, Suzanne and Cherish both told me October 20th is the last day to sign up for meetups and exchanges. So you've got 1 week to finish signing up for any meetups and exchanges. Thank you. Okay, so that was those items. Swag shop's closing. It will reopen afterwards. The 6K giveaway, we're trying to get ready and going now that we know the September dates. I do have quite a few people who want to be involved with that. So I might put off the 6K giveaway until after So Magical Florida, just because of the amount of folks who want to sponsor and add items to it. I don't want things to ship here or get lost in the mix of all the things that are getting ready to get loaded up and go out to Gaylord Palms. So 6K giveaway is still going to come underway. It just might take a couple more weeks than what we would prefer. Sorry, did you say orders are going out for the WOG? I don't know what the WOG is. Can you retype the last word? If y'all don't know already, we have So Magical Tennessee. Those tickets are live and for sale. And that is the hotel. I've been getting a couple questions about the hotel. We are still waiting on the link from Gaylord Opryland to allow people to sign up for their rooms for Gaylord Opryland. If you've never been there before, it is an amazing location. You all think Gaylord Palms is big. This is like, I don't know. I'm not exaggerating, like 5 times the size. It's huge. So that hotel link hopefully will be out in the next week to 2 weeks. I will post about it here, and I will keep updating the calendar and pushing it out to the right until I actually have the date. Unfortunately, as of right now, I just don't have the link, and I can't say for sure when we're going to drop those rooms. But I'm not concerned about Texas or Tennessee selling out of hotel rooms. We got lots of lessons learned from Florida, and we got a huge block. So there's lots of rooms available for both of them. Tickets are also on sale for Texas, which is in February, and the hotel room link is alive for that on the website. Those are both available. And we are getting ready to announce for Tennessee vendors who have officially signed on. So those will start coming out here shortly. And then for Texas, we're going to start here in the next couple weeks announcing all the classes that are going to be coming out for Texas. We're starting to work that now. Lots of amazing teachers for Texas and Tennessee. Tennessee is going to come a little bit later. So if you applied to teach for Tennessee and or Texas, you haven't heard from me yet. Don't worry, you'll hear from me soon on Texas, and then Tennessee, you won't hear from me until probably November, December timeframe. Did you say orders are going out for swag? If you made a swag purchase in the past couple weeks, everything should have gone out unless I'm seeing you this weekend for whatever reason. And then I will give it to you then. And if not, then that means you ordered an ongoing pre-orders apparel item. And that means I am just now getting in your apparel item, and I will be getting those made and shipped out. The ongoing pre-order for apparel can take up to 2 to 3 weeks, depending on if I have that item in stock or not. If I don't have it, then I have to order it, and then I have to get it in. So just keep that in mind. If I have it in stock, I make it and it ships out within a week. So most everything's gone out. There's only, I think, like 1 or 2 that haven't. And if you didn't get a tracking and you're concerned about your order, please send me an email to support@sewmagicalexpo.com, and we can check on that order for you and make sure that you are taken care of. And we'll give you a status update if we ordered the apparel or not. All right. Machine rentals for Florida. I do want to caveat that Saturday came down on the machine rentals. We did hit the amount of machine capacity that we had on machine rentals for Saturday. I believe we might have the availability for maybe 1 or 2 for a nighttime class. But overall, we took those down because we hit capacity. Friday and Sunday still has machines available, so you can still sign up for those. Making sure I'm not missing questions here. Well, you need a work trailer in the back of your house. I would love a warehouse or a work trailer or something, let me tell you. Yeah, it's very busy around here. I'm loving it. I'm very excited. This is going to be a lot going on very shortly. So we've got Florida, we've got Texas, Tennessee, we've got 2 cruises, and I mean, next year's year 5. So I said I was going to go big in year 5. We got some other plans and work here, and I'm very, very excited for those. So folks that aren't, we're not going to announce any more expos for 23, I promise. But there's other things in work. So if you're not a fan of going to big events, maybe you want to try something on a smaller scale, we're working on something fun and unique. I think that y'all will like. So more to come on that in the future, I promise. But for right now, that's all I can sneak peek. Anybody coming for parking, you're going to get your half off parking passes at the So Magical Expo check-in desk when you get your ticket in your bag for the day or the weekend. And if you're staying in the hotel, then you get it automatically on your room as long as you book through the So Magical Expo room, like the group. Just keep those in mind. Yes, warehouses are very expensive. Am I hiring? I'm not currently hiring right now. We just brought on 3 staff members in the past couple months, really. So we've got Anna, who works on our blogs and a couple of our website items. Cherish, who's our admin manager, who works lots of the emails and different communications. And then we've got Miss Becky, who comes in-house and works on a lot of your swag orders when I can't do them, and a lot of our physical items that get worked on here, your welcome bags and swag items and class kits and all these other things. So we do have currently a full team, but if we decide that we want to hire additional folks, I might throw it on the group and see who wants to come join our craziness. For those who are asking about, I did post in there about the programs and what would you want to see. A lot of y'all suggestions are already going to be in the program. So good to know we were on the right path there. But maps, room layouts, anything that we can put digitally on the website or onto the group will come out 1 week prior to So Magical, including like what vendors in what hall, where the bathrooms are located. A couple of y'all were concerned about where the bathrooms were. This year's wonderful. The bathrooms are right in front of every rooms of like all our big rooms that we have. It's perfect. I'm very happy. I mean, it makes me happy when the bathrooms are close. What about your janitorial services? Okay, now I know who's making the comments. Haha, funny. I already have a janitor. His name is Damien. So if you see Damien walking around, just say thank you to your local SME janitor. For those in Patreon, the next Zoom call chat is going to be, we're doing one more before SME Florida, and that will be not next Tuesday. Right? It's the Tuesday after. It's not this coming Tuesday. It's the Tuesday after. I had to think about that one. Oh, wonderful information here, Glenn. To save people time, if you book through the room block and need to adjust your reservation, you need to call the front desk directly. Don't talk to the reservation specialist. I had to call today. It was a little runaround. Yeah, they have a very big staff there, and I've found that people are having that same issue. So that's great information. We also did just post something related to Gaylord Palms rooms today, and pinned it to the top. So if you were looking for a room, unfortunately, that we hit our time frame limit on when rooms can get booked. They're not going to add any additional. They are expecting the hotel to hit their limit that weekend. There's apparently a lot going on in Orlando that weekend. But yes. Do you know if there's if parking is charging? Okay, hold on. Do you know if parking is charging for handicap? I mean, yes, you will still have to pay even if you're in handicap parking, correct? need to adjust mine. Okay. Great information, Glenn. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, and if you drop a room, the rooms are no longer getting added back to the block. They go back to the house. They go back to Gaylord Palms. And so they won't be at a discounted rate. So it may work, it may not. I couldn't tell you for sure, but you can try calling the front desk and transferring it to somebody. Just make sure your credit card comes off and it gets transferred to theirs. I don't know if they'll allow it or not. I've heard some people it's worked and some people it hasn't. So that's just my word of advice. I do not control any of the rooms. So I can't help you in any capacity when it comes to the rooms. And I don't have a contact, like a one person to give you all to like go harass about your rooms. So you do have to call, like Glenn said, call the front desk for Gaylord Palms. Sorry. All right. Oh, we're at an hour and a half already. Wow, y'all. Okay. Any newbies on here that have any question? We're always happy to help answer those. It didn't work for me. I tried. Yeah, sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. Y'all are getting on my dings. All right. Oh, and then FYI, if you were interested in vending for Florida and or teaching, those applications are already up on the website as well. So you can go on there and you can go ahead and fill those out and we will get you approved here in the next week or so. So that's all ready to go. No, I'm a newbie. No questions. But okay. I'm glad you have your questions answered then. That makes me happy. I'm a newbie, but brain fried. Yeah, I take it. Speaking of that, here, I'll pop this up. I always like every time we do wine and chats, everybody has different perspectives and different pieces of advice to give the newbies. So sometimes you don't know what to ask, right? Oh, here's a question. For D-size bash, do I fold the fabric and put the length? You don't have to. If you do, it's very, very helpful to our volunteers and our staff that work that room, because that means they can get the points put in the system for you faster and they can get it out onto the floor faster for people to shop with. The more unorganized your items are, the slower it is for them to be able to count it and get it into the system. So if you drop off stuff and then shop, if there's a backlog of things, they may not be able to get you your points right away, if that makes sense. So the more organized it is, the better it is for them. So it's not required, but it is very helpful and much appreciated. Okay. Yeah, the notifications are not on my phone. They're dinging on my laptop because I have an Apple. I have everything Apple and all of it's connected. So it's not my phone dinging actually. But yes, I know. Oh yeah, Yesenia says, yes, any advice? I don't know what I don't know. And yeah, I understand feeling brain fried. I suggest like your first one, I think several people say it's like, just go in and, don't have too many expectations. Just go in, have fun, and it'll be good. If I'm not going to bring things to D-Stash, can I shop and pay cash? You sure can. You do not have to D-Stash items to get points. You can buy your points. Each point is $1. So if you get 20 points worth of items, it's $20. And trust me, you can get a lot for 20 points. There's also a free section of the D-Stash Bash where you don't have to get you don't have to pay any points. It's wonderful. How is value determined for D-Stash Bash? It varies. So the team has like a rough understanding of what I go for. So typically like a yard of fabric, like regular fabric is a point, but sometimes custom fabric will go for like 1.5 to 2 points. A roll of vinyl could be it kind of varies based off of like what it is. And then some things they'll call me or one of like the people who work for me, to get like an estimate on something. So like if it's a sewing machine or something like that, we'll typically ask like, is it in working order? Does it have all the parts and components? How old is it? Is it really outdated, or is it like, you know, a really nice vintage machine? You know what I mean? So there's different factors that play into everything. Like a skein of yarn or skein of yarn, however you say it, typically goes for like half a point to a point, depending again on how big it is. Like, is it a full cake or is it like a little like half used piece? You know what I mean? So again, it varies and it depends, but we give you all more points sometimes than what we put it out on the floor for. Because I really don't want to keep taking everybody's stuff home, because a lot of times people drop off way more. So highly suggest, if you go onto the website, there is something on there that kind of gives you a rough understanding of what it is. So if you go to About Us, there's an exhibits tab, which is really great. It tells you some of the extra things that we have going on. D-Stash Bash is one of them. There are some limitations. Please read this. We do ask that, you know, it comes fairly free of pet dander. You know, some of us have fur babies. It's a hair or two here or there. Not a big deal, but we try to not have it like littered with hair. You never know what type of allergens people have, and we really don't want anybody to be affected. Same thing goes with no smell of smoke. Don't care if it came from a smoking household, but as long as it doesn't smell like smoke, cool. Lightly used condition. Don't give us a bunch of things with mothballs in it. You'd be surprised what we get. No bugs with insects, mold, mildew, major damage. And then we won't award any points for things like that. And that's at the discretion of the staff. And then we are saying, please limit it to 2 large boxes. When I say large boxes, I'm talking like a moving size box, like not a moving size box, but like, you know, like, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? Like moving size, not the massive, huge ones, but limit it to 2. We had some people go ham last year and bring us a lot of stuff. And we weren't able to keep up with counting everything. And some of us were up very late. So can we bring stamps? Yes. You can bring anything that is sewing and crafting related. Literally anything sewing crafting related. Some people have brought in lamps, like an Otlight that's sewing and crafting related. Scissors, yarn, scrapbooking items, crochet hooks, needles, bobbins, thread, yarn. I already said yarn. Machines, crickets. I don't care how old it is. You don't want it anymore and you want to get points for it, bring it in as long as it's in working order. It's not totally trashed. And like, please, we're not your dumpster, but we will also take things because you never know what somebody else might find value in. I've been amazed at some of the machines people have taken. I'm like, there's no way somebody's going to take this. And some people do. Damien is not bringing in Falcon. No. Who is commenting here tonight? What is going on in these comments? When do we bring our stuff for the? You can bring some of your stuff on Thursday night to early check-in. We won't count the points that night, most likely. They will probably get put to the side. But we'll try to get them counted before the next day. So you can drop your stuff off at any time during the event. That the D-Stash Bash room is open. You can bring them directly there. It's preferred. We will take stuff on Thursday night, but yeah, it's preferred that you bring it when the D-Stash Bash room is open. Bring it directly there, and it'll get put in a pile, and we'll have volunteers and staff counting it while other folks are helping and kind of checking you out and things like that. Great questions on D-Stash Bash. But yeah, if you look at that website, there's also, we've got a raffle table with lots of goodies on there. So we don't say what the raffle items are till you get there. So keep an eye out for where the raffle table's at. The closet is a room. It's its own room this year where you can bring your items to get kind of checked in like a coat closet. And it's right by Vendor Hall 1. So if you want to go shop and drop your stuff and not have to bring it to the classrooms or vice versa, or you want to run to Vendor Hall 2 and don't want to have to take your stuff down the escalator or elevator or stairs, you can do that as well. So that's the closet. And do I have any? And then the swag booth, which is, you can come get your on-demand printed items if you want. Lots of other goodies there. No advice for newbies, y'all? Nothing? I mean, I know there's some vets on here right now. I'm very excited. We are going to have a charity station this year. We are Lillian is been amazing and has been working with her local hospital, children's hospital, to get us some fun information. So we'll try to get that posted here as soon as possible so that you all can know how you can participate and donate that. Oh yeah, and speaking of Lillian, she says there's a newbie table at NoHo Social. That is one of the meetups, by the way. So if you go to the early check-in / NoHo Social, which is going to be at Wreckers at 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night on Thursday night. So if you're in the hotel or nearby and you want to swing by and grab some drinks and food and just hang out with people and have a very laid back experience checking in and getting your welcome bag items and your badge and all that, you can come join us there. And Suzanne is hosting a newbies table. So you can come hang out with some veterans and other newbies and ask questions and feel like in a safe environment, you can ask whatever you want and hear from folks that have been going around. I believe Lillian's going to be sitting there. There's a bunch of really great vets who've been there, who've been with us either from the beginning or even just 1 year. So lots of good stuff. Oh, I love that, Alma. Yes. Advice from one newbie to another. Let's all meet and be sewing friends. I agree. I think that's the best part about So Magical, is meeting so many of y'all. We've been talking to each other virtually for so long. And even though I'm like unable to take as many personal messages on Facebook now, I still love getting to meet y'all. And I think just the community comes together and so freaking welcoming. I love it. Oh, Becky says, can newbie vendors come? Heck yeah, you can. Alma's a newbie vendor. There's a lot of newbie vendors this year. I'm very excited for all y'all. Hopefully we don't scare you away after this one. I promise that's why we're doing an appreciation night and like giving you sweets and drinks. Yeah, anybody's welcome to the NoHo Social, even if you're not checking in, because it's at Wreckers Sports Bar and Grill, which is inside Gaylord Palms. It's one of their restaurants. So it really is just like an open atmosphere. We don't have a set tables or anything like that. So you can come, go to the hostess, get a table, get your table. We'll kind of try to tell the hostess like, hey, if you could try to keep people who are coming for us like in this general area, so most people can kind of sit near each other. And some people will have like just they'll get a big table and then they'll be like, yeah, come hang out with me. That will be available. So yeah, you can bring anybody you want there. This is not a SME exclusive thing. It's a come as you are and hang out and just grab some drinks and food, and then you can check in at the same time. I will have a specific table where I'll be sitting, or one of my team members will be sitting. And I may not be there the whole time, but I'll be there as much as I can be. That way I get to, and again, in a relaxed environment, say hey to everybody who's coming in early. And yeah, so it's totally welcome. Newbie vendors, newbie, anybody, vets. And yeah, let's all go to the bar. Agreed. And get the Cuba drink. All right. So any other questions? I know, with Florida right around the corner, we're getting a lot of Florida related questions, but if you have questions about Texas, Tennessee, the cruise, or anything else, please drop it here. And again, Cherish posted it earlier, the email that you can select. I lost it. Support at sewmagicalexpo.com. If you have any questions, anything to do with your classes, with your ticket, or whatever it may be, feel free to message us there. 50 miles to Cuba. I don't remember. I think it's 50 miles to Cuba. I think that's the name of the drink, but it's blue and it's really good. It is very similar to like a hurricane or a rum runner type drink. It's yummy. It's my favorite one to get. Yes, thank you, Cherish Support. That is the email that you will message. As much as I love answering everybody's personal messages, they've become bogged down, and Facebook has not been my friend lately. And some of them have been hiding. And I've just found some of them. I got a notification. I've been getting notifications from things people have tagged me in from 4 to 5 days ago. So if you're tagging me in something and I'm not seeing it, I truly apologize. It is not me ignoring y'all. I'm either behind or I'm not getting the notification. So that's why it's like it's truly best to just email us directly to So Magical, because sometimes our contact us is being finicky. Technology just really doesn't like me lately. So just email us directly at support@sewmagicalexpo.com, and you'll hear from me or one of the team members, and we'll get you some answers. If we can't make it to Thursday night early check-in, what time does check-in start on Friday? We start check-in at 7:30 on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. So you can come to check-in at 7:30. So anybody who has an 8 a.m. class, you should be fine to still get to your class in time. On Friday, and we'll probably staff up pretty heavily on Saturday as well for check-in, just to make sure that there's no bog down in the line or anything like that. So yeah, typically it's at 7:30. Sometimes if you see me out there at 7, you can bug me then, but it's officially at 7:30. All right. Any other questions, y'all? Again, like all the exact details and things like that are going to come out here in the next 2 weeks, because that would be 1 week prior. Well, I hope y'all have a fabulous weekend. Tomorrow is Friday, so we're busy stuffing all the welcome bags this weekend. I don't think all of them are going to get done, but I'm hoping most of them do. There's a lot of bags this year, and yeah, we're getting a lot closer. It's gonna be great. So yeah, so if you didn't see it earlier, I'll pop it here again real quick. Florida 2023 will be September 22nd through the 24th. That'll be our third expo for 2023. It will still be at Gaylord Palms, and it will be in the convention center again. So lots of space, much more convenient parking area, and all that stuff. All right. Well, I'm going to hop off for the night, y'all. But again, message us if you have any questions to support@sewmagicalexpo.com. And we will see y'all here in the next 21 days. All right. Bye, y'all.